Well, thanks everybody for joining us. And well, we're on to our second of the Advent calendar stuff titled the Oddballs, because these are the ones that really, didn't really have a home with any of the others, which was the, we already did Spain and Portugal. We're going to be doing Italy and South America, and then France. But these really didn't have there's actually a few of them that kind of go together. And I'll kind of show you that. So three of them, which is the Ballun, the Three Brothers, and I think it's the Conductor. So two of them, which is the Ballun and the Three Brothers, are from Moldova. Not sure if anyone knows where Moldova is.
We looked it up. We looked it up. It's like near Romania or Croatia.
Yeah, well, it used to be part of Romania, and then it kind of gained its own governance system. But it's kind of the same with Bulgaria as well. Well, I mean, not in the same sense. It's just those two are super close to each other. So not sure if you guys can see that, but yeah, so three of our wines, kind of two of them are going to come from Moldova up here, and then the other one is going to come from Bulgaria, which is a little bit more south. So in terms of what we should be expecting is that the Moldova ones, being one kind of nearer to more north, closer. Well, even though Bulgaria, I think the one that we're tasting is more in the landlocked area comparatively to Moldova, which I think those are more on the south side, which are going to be closer to the sea. The Moldova ones, I think, are going to be a little bit tighter. So they're going to have a lot more like acid to them. And they're probably going to be a little bit more like earthy comparatively to the Bulgarian one, which I'm going, if I had to bet, is going to be a little bit more juicy in terms of its fruit. But on that note, let's go ahead and try the first one. So our Pinot Grigio from Moldova.
The bottle says peach.
Oh yeah, I forgot the. I didn't brush up on my Romanian accent in order to read these, in the nationality that they are produced. So let's go. Like a traditional Moldovan folk dance, this Pinot Grigio whirls and spins on the palate with a balanced finesse and grace. Crisp fresh white is frolicking, capering melange of yellow peach, tangy citrus, and savory mineral notes. So
Let's try it.
Let's go ahead and give it a little look-see here.
It's really white. Clear.
Yeah, it's
like when I buy it.
It's barely yellow.
Yes, so that is definitely on the straw. That would be kind of my color comparison.
Light like straw.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Amber. You finally made it. We just started, so you're still in luck. We are currently looking through Ballun. So
COVID.
Yep.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
It's all right. But we've already started pouring the Ballun. I'm looking at the legs on this is pretty light, so I would guess that the alcohol on this is probably, oh, actually no, those are pulling down
13.
Yeah, I had to sit there and wait for it a little bit, and then they started kind of pulling down. So no, that definitely has some ABV to it. So let's go ahead and give this thing a swirl and a sniff. What are people smelling on this?
Well,
Green apple and apricot.
I had pear. Rob had green apple. Kurt can't smell anything. He says it smells like water.
Kurt,
think
you got,
like
Kurt,
green
you got the
apple and-
Rona?
I haven't tried tasting it yet. I'll let you know.
I have like a green apple or a white peach.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the green apple. I'm not getting the peach that they were talking about in the description.
It reminds me of that white peach grape, like white grape peach cocktail fake juice.
Like
That kind of
Welch's?
white peach.
Oh,
Yeah. Not in a bad way, but like that's the kind of peach that I'm getting.
Okay. All right. Well, let's give this thing a taste. So cheers, everybody.
Salud. Because that's what this glass says. I like raised stemware.
I get the citrusy. That's coming through.
Like lemon and butter, like buttery.
See, like me, I'm getting like that stone fruit on the tongue. Like this is to me white nectarine.
Ooh.
Almost like an underripe, crisp as an apple white nectarine.
Like those spritzers where it has just like a whiff of
Yeah,
of sweetness.
it's like the La Croix of peach.
Yes. I don't dislike it though.
Yeah.
It's not offensive. It's just the flavor isn't overpowering, which is good in its own way. Would this be something that would be good with like crab cakes?
No.
Or is that just I'm just craving crab cakes?
No. Well, this is you're probably looking for something with more of the malolactic fermentation, where it's a little bit more buttery, instead of this like acidic crispness. This is meant more for, say, like raw shellfish, like oysters on the shell. Either that or like brie with an apricot spread.
Kurt brought some orange chicken, and it really makes it like
the citrus.
orange. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, the orange is overwhelming. Not in a bad way. It's just like super orange.
Well, that's cool. And hello, Diane.
Hello, I am trying to join, but I don't have any of those wines. Am I missing something? Mine are all like French and Italian and.
Well, I mean, in there should have been, the 5 that I listed.
Maybe there's a different one.
Advent Calendar?
It's the Costco Advent Calendar. Yep.
Yeah. The 5 that I listed should. The Ballun, that's the one we're on right now.
Okay, I'll go look through them. They're all foreign, I think, every single one of them, and I didn't.
Yeah, this one's from Moldova.
So look at the black tops.
Yeah, the black tops are the whites, and then the reds. Yeah, red. Well, the reds are reds.
Moldova. Okay.
This pork chop is really good.
I'll look.
We're definitely not. It's definitely not in the order, like the number order that's in the calendar. I just pretty much just grouped up, different nationalities.
All right, I'll look again. I've looked through them like 2 or 3 times. I can't find any of those names, but I'll look again.
Huh.
Maybe I have last year's.
What shape was it? Was it in the tree shape?
You did the cream cheese, right?
So this is drink.
That's a
It's
box
a
in the
box.
tree.
I don't know. It's just a red
Oh,
box.
that's right.
It's
Yeah.
cream, but you mixed it with cream cheese, right? Okay.
Oh, this is
I had dream whip in my pantry.
Oh, I kind of like this. It's drinkable. I wouldn't say it's refreshing. It's very crisp. So it actually kind of pulls some of the moisture out of your mouth, because it is kind of highly acidic.
I'm just so hungry.
I think this wine wants to be paired with citrus. I think that's the only because
This is the one that my family wine tasting place out in Julian would say goes well with a good book sitting on the patio.
It's not great with the salad.
I think it's good with the whipped cream.
It's really good with the orange chicken. Oh, I've got this orange chocolate too. Hold on.
Yeah, I could really see this going with that orange chicken. Between well, between that sugar, citrus, and well, pretty much as soon as you have like that deep fried part to it, where it's coating your mouth to really protect it from the acid that's in this.
Yeah, we know that I'm not great at food pairings, even whenever I have the proper food with me. So I like finding wines that I can drink a glass by itself.
Yeah.
I read that
Are-
Costco had 2 wine
Are
calendars.
these wines that at Costco they would also have singly, like regular bottles, or are they only showcased in their Advent?
They're only I tried searching for these on
Search,
Vivino,
search.
and these are the only wines from each of these wineries that shows up on Vivino. So they're like, I wouldn't say like small batch, but they are definitely not ones that are distributed very widely. So it's almost like just someone went around to different places and was like, hey, you want to be in the Advent calendar, you need to make this much wine.
Right.
Possibly they relabel too, like if this is a different wine, but Costco put it like Costco does that with a lot of stuff, right?
No, well, I mean, the wineries each have like websites.
Yeah.
It's just that no one's registered these wines with Vivino, which means more than likely they're probably not at any stores.
Yeah, it's only good with orange.
It'd be smart if they did some sort of survey in the box with the wines that said, like which ones were your top 3 or something. You could submit it, and then if they got like a certain level of feedback, then maybe they would try to carry them.
Yeah, like carry the actual bottles. Yeah.
Pure.
Because a lot of wineries would pay for that kind of privilege and exposure and feedback, and a lot of people would want to get these again. I would think. I don't know how the others have measured up in your opinion.
Oh, Cheeto. Forgot about the Cheetos.
No, that is totally a good like selling point, for being able to launch out. It's just a matter of making enough to, get into these. I'm going to guess that they probably don't bottle them themselves. They're probably just,
Right.
Sending out barrels of juice or, barrels of wine, and then whoever's bottling up the rest of the, because they all seem to be the same format bottle except for the sparkling.
Oh, yes.
So, well, I mean,
How was it with the?
I think I'm trying it with provolone right now, and it's actually working really well.
It's pretty good. A lot of the cream. Sweet.
All right. So,
Is a little bit.
how's everyone doing on the glasses? We about ready for the second?
Oh, it's pretty good with your cranberry.
I mean, I can give everyone a little bit more time.
We're almost done.
Okay.
We're good.
We're good. Yeah.
I brought a bunch.
So how was it with the Cheeto snowflakes?
Nah.
Yeah.
Not comparing.
It was the best was the orange chicken. Although this, what is it called?
Frosted cranberry.
I read this cranberry jello thing. It's really good with that too.
Secret family recipe.
That he couldn't read.
This was in cursive.
Yeah, that had to have been a 50 recipe card.
It looked like it, yeah.
All right, so the Atlas bear is next.
Yes, the Atlas Bear.
Boy. Chenin Blanc.
Here's a
This is
well, and we've done Chenin Blanc before.
A Pinot Grigio.
I think when we were doing
Chenin Blanc.
which was it? It was New Zealand and South Africa.
Yeah.
So we have done Chenin Blanc before.
and I bought that.
All right. Description on this one. Chenin Blanc is South Africa's signature grape variety. I don't know why they called it variety. It should be varietal. And ours is very typical of the region style. It's green apple verbena. Ooh, green apple verbena.
Verbena.
And honeysuckle core lead to a laser-focused detailed finish.
Interesting.
We love it with a charcuterie, seafood, or a simple roast chicken and cream sauce?
We do.
Right.
I don't smell. Like,
So as we're looking at this, I'd say this is still kind of on that straw color, but I don't know. To me, it has a green tinge to it.
yes.
I don't know if I'm just being influenced by, you know, the label saying that it's got green apple, but no, this totally has a green tinge to it.
Probably more pear than green apple in the aroma, though.
Well, I haven't gotten to the aroma yet. I was just looking at it. And
It's leggy.
seeing the legs on this thing,
I got tons of legs.
those are thick.
It's very leggy.
This is 12%. So
Wow. Yeah, super thick legs. If I was a
Can you-
betting man, this was probably more APV than the last one.
You didn't tell me.
Maybe 13.5.
Can you look at the pictures I just posted in the event and see if any of those bottles are there? Because I don't see any of them.
So I read that Costco had 2 different wine calendars this year,
Oh no.
Of course.
and I'm wondering if maybe you got the other one.
That would suck.
Well, that would make, at least I'd have an answer.
So where did you post the
In the event.
in the event? Oh, yeah, you got a totally different set.
Oh my gosh. I
Holy
wish
crap. Yeah, I'm looking at these. Oh, that sucks.
we still get a bunch of wine to drink. I mean, it's
Well,
not.
you can pick out some bottles for me and I'll just drink along.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through these. I mean, there's definitely a bunch of French ones in here, so that, you know, on the 19th, you'll definitely be able to kind of walk along and. But
Well, do you
wow.
want to drink El Bombo for the Pinot Grigio? That would actually, we're now on the Western Cape. Never mind.
I have a shark bite for the Western Cape.
Maybe
I'll
it's-
get that one.
try that one.
Is it a white?
I mean, because I'm the expert, seriously.
We are now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, shark bite. Okay.
I think that'd be a comparable substitute.
I'd be very curious. I mean, you know, you might want to look on the back and see if it's a Chenin Blanc as well. But it also, the only other white that they're really kind of known for is I want to say it's Semillon. So it's probably going to be one of those two.
Wow.
And considering that shark bite, I mean, it wouldn't be like Chardonnay.
Oh, that's peppery.
But wow, yeah, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing that on, but that is a totally different lineup of
It's completely different.
yeah.
But I had read because I was like, there's 2 wine calendars? Where's the other one? We haven't gotten the other one.
Now I'm almost like, damn, I want that other one too.
I got their beer and wine both. So in December
too.
20, when December 1st rolls around, I'm gonna have to have a bottle of wine and a glass of beer.
But yeah, well-
And I got a purple one.
say, well, I'm going to wait for Diane to come back with the shark bite and see if it's a Chenin Blanc, and if it is, you know, maybe we'll taste together with her.
Yeah. Are you opening it, Diane?
I think she
She stepped away for a moment.
yep to go grab it.
Went to the kitchen.
It's like down the street.
Yes, I did. I opened it, and it's just the whatever one I have. It's
What does it say? What does it say what it kind of is? Like, what does the bottle say? Read it. It's got a
It says,
oh, just
Western Cape, 60% Sauvignon, 40% Chardonnay. It's like the best I can do.
Huh.
Well,
Shark bite.
Okay, so Chardonnay and Sauv Blanc.
how does it smell?
give her some time. Jeez.
You
That's
gotta
all right.
put it in the glass and swirl it.
I haven't drank in like a month. I've been on my COVID-15 diet and it's been working. So that's why I skipped the last one. But I feel like drinking today.
I mean,
so good though.
it's definitely going to have a different, you know, aroma and flavor profile than the Chenin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, like, does it taste okay?
It tastes okay.
Just okay. All right. So for everybody else that does have Chenin Blanc, let's go ahead and give this thing a sniff and see what we can pick up from it.
Smoky, but then an onion. Yeah.
Howie. Oh, I smell more now.
Ooh.
I've eaten.
And that's the thing, is that Chenin Blanc is one of the few aromatic whites. Just like Gewürztraminer, Riesling. Those are, they're meant to, they'll actually smell even more than they taste. So sometimes, what you're smelling, you might not get on the flavor when you drink one, but this is smelling really good.
Okay, it's not just me. No,
I am definitely getting that honeysuckle that was mentioned. It's got that white flower, almost kind of honey.
Yes. Oh, we've got honey glazed fork here.
All right, well, let's give this thing a taste.
So I feel like that tastes like a Chardonnay.
Hmm.
I think that's what the Chenin is. But it's good. I mean, I like it. It's a good wine. I would drink this.
Oh, what's everyone else's opinion of this?
It's like a Chardonnay.
Like an unoaked Chardonnay?
Yes.
Definitely not oak. Yeah. They oak Chardonnay. That's a thing. I've been actually avoiding that.
It seems lighter than the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, it is definitely lighter and kind of muted. It's not very expressive at all. It's
Boring.
I get like,
It's not good with sweet. It's savory.
yeah, like a thin lemon.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Let me try it.
Once again, though, not upset about it. Still learning my words for white wines, of course, but like, I wouldn't turn this down by any means.
Yeah, I think you have it right. It's like if you left a bunch of lemon slices in some water
Yeah, it's nice with this.
for like, I don't know, a few hours,
Yeah.
that flavor, where it's more of the oil and the zest of that lemon is kind of coming out in this. But I'm not a fan of this one.
I think
Good.
when I sit down and drink a bottle of wine with dinner, I'm looking for a different experience. I want something that's more.
Oh,
that
I don't like
involves
it with
itself
the.
more, you
I
know?
don't like it with the whatever that is.
Salami, you don't?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
If I hadn't had the first one, I would have a higher opinion of this one, knowing that I know not a lot about white wines. But having the first one that isn't like a sugar fruity pow in the face,
No.
this one is not as desirable because of it. Because the other one would be better.
See, I was expecting, because Chenin Blancs are usually a little bit heavier, that this was going to,
Better than some kind of
be, a heavier, in a heavier weight class than a Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio is supposed to be effectively, grape water.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So for this, but I don't know. So far, my impression of I won't say all the wines, but pretty much all the wines that we've had so far from these Advent calendars.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'd say the top would rate maybe a 3.5 stars. But there's nothing that's really impressed me yet.
Oh, it's gonna be brutal.
Now I'm really holding out hope for the Nightfall because, well, I mean, it's California.
It's going well with the arugula salad.
It goes
Oh.
well with Cheetos.
This might be the Cheeto wine. With,
It is the Cheeto one.
green olives, if you have any of
And
those.
with the olives, yeah, it's really good.
Mm.
Really good with olives.
Yeah, definitely.
Which
Like-
olives?
like green.
Green olives, that's Spanish olives, I think.
Can you see it or can I?
Oh, the Castelvetrano.
Sure.
I know.
What-
I want to know that I like
It
the
was Spanish, or was it just like green olives with pimentos in it?
Stand by.
I think it's the Spanish olives we got for the Spanish day.
Like are they just kind of creamy? They don't really have like a strong
Hold it closer.
Italica queen olives with pimentos. Okay, so I don't think those are Castelvetranos.
No, I do have. Hold on.
Because those do those have kind of like a strong like briny green flavor to them?
They're definitely salty.
Because the Castelvetrano, I think that's got like a really low brine, and they kind of taste like avocado. They're really creamy, and they don't really have much olive taste. They just kind of taste like a chewy butter stick.
That's not this. This is a good olive taste.
But one sec, I'm gonna go dump this because I'm after the rest of guess I'm having someone else dump it for me.
You said what-
Yeah, especially after a day of drinking, I'm not going to subject my stomach to
Yeah.
more bad wine.
Especially when you were drinking things that tasted better than this.
Yeah.
You may not want to do wine tastings on days you have Costco wines. Have a negative influence on your.
Don't say that. That means he'll cancel our part. He won't cancel the other part.
No.
Yeah, it's not bad with the arugula.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Whew, I'm overwhelmed.
All right. Well, I will wait until when you guys are finished. Give me a thumbs up on. Kurt's going back for more. Brave man.
Which type should I pick out now?
All
What are you
right.
doing?
So next on our list is a Pinot Noir. So let me look through yours and see. Now, I was kind of wondering if maybe can you get a picture of the box itself?
I can. I ripped the top of it off. So, but I posted it.
They said the second box didn't have a list of them.
Oh,
on
they
it.
have a list on the side.
No, I found a list online. I can send you the link for.
All right. Well, I'm just going to go through it and see if I can find a Pinot Noir then.
I'm sorry.
Not from there.
Probably a Florida thing.
You don't know more from Moldova.
I'm definitely seeing Spanish, Italian,
They
French.
had good looking stuff in there. Lots of Bordeaux.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of jealous.
Well,
Yeah, this doesn't have the variety ours does. This is just.
wow. You got one from Slovenia. That one would be interesting.
Have
Mhm.
you opened that one? What's the name of it?
The Malvasia, was it Slasno?
Okay, I'll look for it.
It's got like
All that.
it's the one right in the middle. It's got like the little it looks like the concentration like things that you put on the board before it pops up, but no, that's not the one that you want to be drinking next. I don't think she's got any that are from kind of the areas that we were in. Yeah, she's got a bunch more South American wines.
What?
Have you done a South American panel yet, Richard? Not with the Costco part, but just in general.
No, that'll be so after I'm done with America and hitting all the places around for checking out wineries. I really want to hit Australia next.
Mm.
Well, France at some point. But that's going to be like I need to take a month off, and then because my plan was to fly into like Germany, hit Mosel, and have all the Rieslings there, go through Alsace, and then do like Champagne, Burgundy, go through the Loire Valley.
Thank Rob that Rieslings in Germany are not sweet wines
Oh
necessarily.
no. Well, the lower end stuff is not sweet, which is what they call their cabinet with a K. But as soon as you start to get into their like Trockenbier and Allslice, like which is the higher tiers. Actually, the higher you go, the sweeter they'll get. But especially the top tier, which is the Trockenbier and Allslice. The reason why it's both really sweet and also the most expensive and high quality is because they do the same thing that can't remember the word for it. The sweet French wine.
Sauterne or something?
Sauterne, yes, from Grobs. It uses that same noble rot, which is a mold that kind of grows on it and will desiccate the grapes, and it essentially turns whatever's left in the grapes to syrup, and that's what they squeeze out and ferment. And you essentially get this like super sweet syrup that you can drink. But Diane, did you go grab that white? Because
It's very acidic. I don't care for it.
oh yeah, no, I was going to say that was just like I was just pointing out as an interesting wine, but I was trying to look for a Pinot Noir among your list
Okay.
to have with us, but I wasn't finding one.
I'll go take a look. What's after that? What's after Pinot? I'll grab two.
After Pinot is going to be a Merlot.
Okay.
And then I think the last one is the California Zinfandel.
Okay.
So, is everyone ready for the Pinot? All right. Our three brothers.
I haven't drank it yet.
And so again, this is another from Moldova.
Ruby color.
What is the next one? Sorry, I was AFK.
The Three Brothers.
Oh, okay, that's the one I don't have. All right.
What? You don't have? Oh, is that
I
the,
think it's the one that Steve drank.
oh,
Literally let her husband get into the pack one night because she's like, I don't really feel like it. And he's like, all right. So I do have the Conductor and the Nightfall though.
okay. All right. So looking at this guy.
I almost feel like it has that rim that says it's old, but it's not old.
Oh, wow, it smells good.
Huh. Okay. So I don't know. It's kind of on just like straight red, but it almost has a like a brownish tinge to it.
I was saying garnet. It's like a garnet color.
Yeah. But also the rim on this thing is actually pretty wide for.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a 2019. So
It's not 2019, which is really surprising. That it is.
only for Pinot.
That tells me there was a lot of oxidation that's gone on, and maybe that's why I'm kind of seeing a little bit of brown in this.
Things oxidized.
That makes sense.
Oh, how do they do that? Is that like a cheap barrel, or like this batch went bad kind of a thing? Do you think?
Well, it just something let a little bit of oxygen in, and
It might have been a mistake in how it ended up in the Costco box.
Aha.
but so I would guess, I haven't even smelled it yet, but I'm going to guess that there might be some raisin on the nose. Oh,
Yep. There is. And plum.
It's very raisiny. Very raisiny.
Like Pepsi.
yeah, that is definitely. It's not a lot, but there is definitely some oxygenation, like some oxidation going on.
And that's not supposed to happen.
No, nowhere near. Pretty much the only things that should have, especially at this age, that should be oxidized is port.
I was gonna say it smells a lot like a port to me. That's
Yeah,
the smell I'm getting, and I'm feeling like that's a port,
Yeah,
but I know it's not.
I agree. Very much support like.
All right. Well, let's give this thing a taste.
From where? Moldova. Moldova is serious about producing world-class wines. And
Oh, yeah.
are.
Forgot about the. You want to read this one, Sarah?
Oh, sure. Moldova is serious about producing world-class wines, and this Pinot Noir channels their centuries of experience. This wine features classic varietal notes of red cherry and strawberry that envelop an earthy core with soft tannins and fresh acidity on the finish.
Okay, you're definitely doing the East European voices. That was good.
Thank you. Do you smell red cherry though?
Yeah, a little bit. Now that you mention it.
And strawberry.
Well,
oh,
actually,
we have strawberries.
I have cherry Jello.
We have strawberries.
I'm definitely getting dark cherry. I am not getting strawberry.
Nope.
Me too. Mine's a Malbec.
Finish
It's
it's
not
weird.
paired well with cherry Jello.
Don't try it.
It's nice by itself though. Like if I wanted to get drunk, I could drink this all day.
Yeah, this isn't bad. Well, and it. They were saying that it was earthy, and I don't think I'm getting a lot of earth from this. You know, which is what you would typically think of when for a Pinot Noir. Is you know, and it's the thing that I actually hate about Pinot Noirs, which is that kind of like loamy, mushroomy dirt.
It's curious with this.
But to me, this is just kind of like really tart red fruit. You know, almost to the point of like, say, even like pomegranate.
It's opposite. So the cranberry in this
Yeah.
is that red fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good with that cranberry thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try with
So
that.
I think it's a batch that went bad. I think that's interesting. I think you identified that. So
Well,
that's why it's a little different than on the label.
With the green olive, that's nice. The green olive saltiness kind of like bring it with some sweetener. Sweetens the wine a bit.
I mean, oxygen isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's the whole reason for, you know, why corks, you know, they essentially let in just the tiniest amount of oxygen over the years, and that's why, you know, an aged wine over 20 some odd years starts to kind of turn a little bit brown
Salad first.
because it is slowly oxidizing,
Not great.
which is why you also won't see that same kind of aging happen in something that's, say, either sealed in wax or has one of those Stelvin screw caps, because those have a really tight seal to them, so they'll keep for much longer.
Oh, it's good with dark chocolate.
Ah,
Yeah.
which means that, well, I mean, I would say that probably because it's kind of like heavily tannic.
Yes. We opened ours an hour before the tasting just to let it breathe.
Ah. I mean, maybe you're tasting more than, because I opened mine maybe
I
about
don't know how I feel about it.
15 minutes before.
On the
The onion
fence.
cheese is weird.
So try the dark chocolate though. That's actually nice.
I bet the onion cheese with the world's gonna be better.
Okay, let's try it.
Yeah,
I think this is the winner.
I like it.
I kind of like this one.
Just
Yeah.
drink it.
I mean, I would say that because it's been oxidized, I wouldn't let this thing set for maybe more than a year before you have to drink it, or it's going to go bad.
I think it's fun that we get to learn about
Yeah.
when things are missed too. Where
Right.
Now one that I keep hoping that one of these things is going to, you know, have another kind of fault to learn about, which is breading, or what's called Britannomycides. And it was something that South African wines used to be like rife with. And it's a bacteria that kind of sits in the hoses that are used to pump wine back and forth. And it consumes like the alcohol in wine. But it produces an ester to it that tastes like antiseptics.
That sounds horrible.
You're really selling it.
Oh, Yeah,
Sounds like a date rape drug.
it's a well, and it's considered a fault, but there are some wine critics out there that actually prefer it, and so there's some wineries that will cater to those, because they say that it adds like character.
Yeah.
And personally, I hate it, and I am actually like really sensitive to it. So as soon as I taste it, I'm like, I'm done with that wine.
Yeah.
But it's also the reason why I don't trust Robert Parker. If you ever see a really high score from him, be skeptical.
From who?
Robert Parker,
Okay.
because anything of his, there's the potential for a high score to have a small amount of that antiseptic / Band-Aids smell and taste to it.
Is that the Brettanomyces you're talking about?
Yeah.
Some of the beers have started brewing with it as well, but a breadiness with beer isn't as unappealing as it would be with like a fruity wine.
Well, I would say that it probably is masked by, especially if they're doing like an IPA with like lots of hops.
This is California. What are you talking about with hops?
Oh
we
my God.
would never use hops in California.
This wine is really good with a raspberry dark chocolate.
Ah,
No,
It's blackberry. It's
The
blackberry.
Sorry, about blackberry.
I'm going with the Doctor sausage. Ooh. Okay. So smoked meat. Yeah. That's doing it.
I like it with the blackberry. Like,
Do you have
it
a little
takes
bit of
me a
the South
minute.
African bullet ball? Did I get that out?
I do have that, yeah.
I don't know.
So
I think it's just regular like German summer sausage, but I've been watching too much of a YouTube channel called Life of Boris. And everything on there is all about like Romanian, Slovenian, like Gopnik, Romanian trash people. And so everything, has to do with the way that the lower class live. And one of the things that they eat is the spam equivalent called Doctor sausage.
Did you want some like Amazon Prime recommendations or Netflix?
What for Easter?
To watch instead of the Romanian.
Oh no,
yeah.
no, he's hilarious.
Oh, it's good with the biltong also. The South African biltong.
Is that still the same stuff that you had from the Australia session, or did you get more of it?
South Africa session, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have an expiration date, and it's been in the refrigerator, so.
Well, I mean, it's dried beef.
Right.
the whole point is to keep forever going on cattle, right?
Right.
So I think my phone's been recording me because ever since we were, the South African session and that mention of the biltong, I've had on Facebook, I've had ads like every fourth time that I bring up Facebook will be someone carving.
Yes, me too.
Happens to us all the time, no matter what we talk about, and we've never opted into anything of the sort. So it's awful.
You can opt out of that stuff on Facebook.
I think I have.
Where?
For some
Because I
reason,
say not to access my microphone, but it accesses my microphone no matter what. So
You
where?
have to go into your ad suggestions and just delete everything in there every once in a while.
I've done that again recently. I've noticed I have a hostile feed. I don't know how to explain it, but all we have to do is say something. Like my husband was talking to me about scraping the windshield out in Montana, and we get memes about how I'm so glad we don't have to scrape a windshield in Florida. It's like a hostile feed. It's really odd. It's weird.
It is really good with that.
Makes shopping easy.
I don't even
yeah,
like
I actually kind of like the personalized ones because it actually makes me go and like look for a product that's either the same one or similar, but not to their site. And
Here.
I don't know. It does kind of, you know, it plays on my, you know, what I would really want. So I mean, I'm okay with it, but it was kind of weird that after talking about South African wines and that biltong, that all of a sudden, you know, I start getting, you know, ads for it.
Got them right here. I've got. It's so
Give
good.
me a
It's
shirt.
really good.
You still, yeah, you gotta like. Yeah. Just a little bit of time, something.
All right.
What's next?
I had
Are we ready for the Merlot?
waffle this morning.
We finished this bottle. It was a good bottle. We enjoyed
Yeah.
that.
I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, me too. This is the only bottle we've actually finished.
All right. So next up, the Conductor,
Bacon.
Bulgarian Merlot.
And I had some Cheetos for lunch.
For the Merlot.
And some Cheetos for dinner.
Oh, the picture on it, I don't know how many of you
I
watched
love
the
the
Netflix
picture.
Umbrella Company, or yeah, was it Umbrella Company?
Academy?
Academy, yeah, Umbrella Academy.
Academy, yes, it is Umbrella Academy.
It does kind of look like Pogo.
Yep.
Pogo's one.
Netflix has been hitting some like mints.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh, The Queen's Gambit. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
So this is interesting. The inside of the bottle cap I have is almost brown in color compared to the others that have been more of reddish purple.
Huh.
I don't know if you can see if I can get that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's almost brown. Whereas the others have been more of like a purplish red.
Huh.
I don't know what that says about what we're about to drink, but just an interesting note.
Mine's still purple, so I don't know.
I was pretty sure that like for all of yours, you know, when I split yours two up, you know, I spray in a little bit of wine preservative to kind of put like a coating of essentially, well, non-oxygen, so that it wouldn't react. But maybe yours, Ray, you know, had a little bit left in there. So hopefully it still tastes right. It's only been like a week and a half. All right. So as we're looking at this thing, it's pretty dark.
It's very dark.
I mean, I'd say it's kind of like the typical dark for a Merlot, where it's reddish, almost kind of bordering on purple.
Is that just the grape, or does this aging in oak have any effect on that color?
No, the aging in oak wouldn't really have much. You know, it's just that a Merlot grape is kind of on the medium to medium heavy side. So in terms of like its color and, you know, how opaque the wine should be, is kind of in that same range of, well, it should be a little bit more on the kind of like darker red side. And also you shouldn't be able to really see clearly through it. Yeah, and the fact that it is kind of like in that typical range, you know, is good in terms of that there wasn't either like they weren't either encountering a lot of rain, or, you know, to make it kind of like a washed out pale color, or they, you know, or they pressed it too much and, you know, it's like just like really, really cloudy. So I'd say, you know, good on them for, you know, kind of nailing at least the color so far. In terms of the legs, those are coming down pretty fast.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to the smell on this, well, this is again, this is from Bulgaria, so I'm gonna go to Sarah on the
Or you want me to read it?
with a little bit more of the Eastern European.
Okay. Aged for 3 months in French oak barrels, this Bulgarian red pours a dark red ruby color and unveils a fruity nose of dark berries and subtle floral notes. The Conductor is a classic Merlot with a medium body and soft, fresh finish that hints of wild cherries.
I'm going to give you a little round of applause for that.
I'm getting more on black.
That's amazing, Sarah.
Thank you.
All right, so let's give this thing a little bit of a swirl and a sniff.
The blackberry, black currant.
Yeah, current.
This is definitely more on that dark fruit side, which is pretty typical for a Merlot.
You need blueberries? I need some blueberries. Raisin? How much raisin?
No, the last one is like super raisin. This one is not. This is dark.
I get some,
I'm definitely getting some of the French oak,
yeah, and I get some
Where-
cherry.
where it's got like a hint of vanilla
I like the
and almost a little, say almost a tiny bit of, almost like coconut.
I think it's
I was thinking plum and butter, but coconut might be what I'm thinking of as butter. Now that you say that.
All right, well, let's give this thing a taste. Cheers.
I would drink this one a lot.
that is not just dry.
I like dry wine.
I want to like mash this to something. There's something off about it.
This is definitely traditional Merlot. What's everyone tasting on this? A lot of those same black fruits.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's profit.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty good with the blackberry chocolate.
Try it with the steakhouse onion chocolate. Cheese.
Grab some of these takeout.
Yep.
It's very soft, and it's what I would expect from a Merlot. And that's because I don't know, and a lot of people really like that about a Merlot, where it is kind of on that like soft velvety side. Personally, I've never been a big fan of that. I'm much more on the cab side, where I want something to kind of punch me in the mouth as I drink it. And this just feels like like a velvet glove kind of getting
Oh my god.
going down in my mouth.
Wow.
I don't like it with the onion cheese.
Really?
It like was so dry. Like
I like the
my
strong
tongue got
flavors. Really,
stuck on my
they really
mouth.
had like a nice battle in my mouth. I liked it. And the biltong is really nice with this wine, I think. Let me try the salami with pepper.
So for Rob, it's a thumbs up. Sarah, thumbs down.
Meh.
With
Just a meh.
with the
I mean, I
steakhouse
drink
onion
it,
cheese.
but I'm not a big fan of Merlot anyway.
Yeah,
Maybe that's where we're all kind of at. Is Merlot's not where we turn.
yeah, and it's never been mine. And I only watched Sideways like 3 months ago, but that was apparently the thing that killed Merlot. was that movie?
Oops.
Interesting.
Really? I remember liking the movie just because it was about wine.
Yeah, I mean it was fun.
Virginia Madsen, I think.
Though after as much time as the pretty much all the time that we've spent talking about wine, you watch that movie now and you start to like pick apart some of the stuff they're saying. Like, I think he just got given lines about wine and has no idea what the hell he's saying.
Oh wow. Yeah.
They have a pot roast at home that I've been eating.
But yeah,
This would be.
Kurt, did you just mention pot roast? Because that's kind of like, that's actually one of the perfect things that they say for Merlot is, pretty much as kind of, I won't say bland, but as
This cheese is delicious.
just
There you go.
where it doesn't really have a strong, flavor of its own other than just beef. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what, Merlot is also. It's just you just kind of get those black fruits. There really isn't much beyond it.
If you're gonna drink a wine with dinner, I still think you're gonna get a cab.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's go with the Manchego. It's nice.
So,
It's better. It's
what doesn't go with Manchego?
Good point.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Sideways. I heard all about it, but
Yeah.
didn't really watch it.
The,
Seems
the,
like
no, the one line out of that, not another, what is it? Not another fucking Merlot. Really, it's not even that pronounced in the movie. Yeah, he's kind of like off the cuff says it, and it's like, oh, because I actually have a bottle that I guess was created by, I don't know, someone, that's seen the movie, because it's a bottle that the bottom is actually slanted, so the bottle is actually sideways, and it actually says on it like not another fucking Merlot.
Wow, the dark.
the blackberry one is pretty good with it.
Yeah.
It's like the best thing so far.
so blackberry chocolate is the thing.
Blackberry dark chocolate. Yeah.
Where did I get that? I got this at Hy-Vee, and it's got ginger in it also.
Show the.
Yeah, and I could expect something either something with blueberry or something with blackberry would go really well with it, especially even like me. I would be thinking, maybe even like a cheesecake.
Well, the biltong is good with it also.
You can always. I would always try cheesecake with anything. So. And I'm lactose intolerant.
Should I get the banana cream pie out?
What?
Do you have any recommendations for turkey and Thanksgiving, Richard?
The typical pairing for turkey is Pinot Noir.
Really?
What you want to do to set up courses is like
Huh.
have your green bean casserole with one wine, have your mashed potatoes with another wine, and have your turkey with another wine.
How long is this meal gonna last for?
Like all day. And you're gonna walk away drunk as shit.
Unless you're like me, where I just, for me, I don't know what that is, but
So, banana cream pie.
oh,
Ooh,
like
Not
jealous.
with this
You
at all.
guys go all out and do it right.
Not even gonna try it with this. Not-
Thanksgiving is you cut everything, cut all the turkey up, and then you stab the turkey, and then you essentially then scoop up some corn, and then you throw it through the mashed potatoes too. So you have this like ungodly concoction on your fork, and you stuff the whole thing in your mouth.
Yeah, my
My OCD is not liking that.
I don't. There's like a food mixing problem here that I can't get over.
No,
Yeah.
and for the longest time, it's only that, because the rest of the time, I was raised military, so everything was very segmented, and God forbid if anything touched anything else.
I'm pretty sure. So like, my ex-husband was in the military, so we did the whole Polish pottery thing.
Yeah.
And they make now. I'm pretty sure they did it for the military community. They make plates that are segregated, like segmented.
That's your shit on a single plate, that's it,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah.
I love the stuffing. Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yes, stuffing is one of the best things for me, because
oh no no.
Move the
my best friend actually, because he loved the stuffing that my mom had made, and since he's a chef, he made it his mission to try to duplicate my mom's recipe. And
Did he succeed?
yeah, because it's pretty much like it's half wet and half dry. That's kind of like mixed together. So you do half of it like in the turkey, and then half of it just baked in there.
I think nothing brings you back to your family
I
like
think we're on the Conductor.
recipes, because I make grandmothers and it brings me right back to,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, good.
Finish half of it out.
Oh, guys, I can't eat this much food. This is crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that summer sausage just completely annihilates anything that has to do with the wine,
Oh, wow.
which doesn't surprise me, because again, Merlot was kind of I want to say a weak wine, but it really doesn't have a lot of flavor to stand up to other strong flavors.
Wow, definition, Harry.
Yeah, this is okay with the cheesecake. Yeah,
You're
with
right.
the
With banana cream pie.
That's
Really?
interesting because you would think you would need something sweet, right?
This is a very sweet pie.
I am skeptical, but I will try it.
I think it's the only thing that really works here.
No, the blackberry.
Banana cream pie and Merlot.
I'm gonna try it in a minute. I
The
think
sweetness
they're
is
crazy.
nice. The banana esters.
Now I'm a little concerned that there's at least two of you that have the Rona because you have no.
Oh man, I just tried it again. It worked.
No,
works.
it does not work.
I don't know, man.
Maybe she's got the Rona.
She does not have the Rona.
Yes, she does.
You're getting a mix between the graham cracker crust and the banana and everything, right?
And it's
like
yeah.
it's got to be balanced.
Yeah, exactly.
It tasted like vinegar.
Really?
It tasted like
the
vinegar.
wine does, I mean,
Yes.
not the
One of
pie.
mine
The
tasted
pie is
like
delicious. But when you pit wine with that pie, it tastes like vinegar.
Maybe I like Arthur Bryant's.
I'm not
Oh,
a-
yeah,
how
no,
about
no,
this?
no. That's a hard no.
Hmm.
Arthur Bryant's barbecue sauce. That's really vinegary. That's a Kansas City.
Kind of like a man. Why with the orange chicken?
Oh. All right. Looks like there's a couple of you still have wine out there in glass.
Yeah, we're done.
Hold on.
Ah.
Discard pile.
I can't get over the vinegar.
Discard pile.
Yeah,
You want to chase it with that white that was horrible? That might cancel
maybe.
You
Whew.
okay?
that. You need soda.
No, it was really disgusting. It was not good. I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
Okay.
Seriously.
It's interesting how so I had that thing
Yeah.
where cilantro was bad, and then I dated this Mexican girl for a while that like just dumped that shit in everything. And it's I didn't know it was a genetic thing at the time. I was like I'm having a different experience here.
The cilantro thing? Thank you. Oh my God.
Bunch of
Yeah, I've
genetic.
heard about that some people can't tolerate cilantro.
Yeah.
That's
for me-
so every once in a while I'll be like, oh, it's just in my head.
No.
It's not. It is not in my head.
See, I'll take cilantro on everything. It just tastes like delicious lime salad to me.
Yeah, I like
I'm
cilantro.
I'm too.
the only one in my immediate family who can handle it. Everyone else has something against it, and my DNA profile actually said that I'm predisposed to hate it. That it
Really?
would taste like soap. So it's kind of weird that I'm that one that doesn't.
Maybe you fought through it. Did they make you wash your mouth out with soap as a kid? It became an acquired taste.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case, though. That was threatened on me many times. It never actually happened.
I made my son wash his mouth out with soap one time because he was biting everybody.
Yeah.
He blew bubbles.
It's
So I never had the wash your mouth out with soap. I was on that soap bar stays in your mouth for like half an hour.
oh boy.
Ooh.
Must be a boy thing.
That's what cilantro tastes like, by the way.
All right, so we ready for our last wine of the night?
Indeed.
Nightfall.
So Nightfall, California's in. All right, this one I'm going to do. Let's see if I can do a surfer voice.
Oh, for sure.
Dude.
Good. Wild and untamed. Our Zinfandel offers notes of ripe berry and fruit, black currant jam, and white pepper. Awesome. This hearty red wine will both warm a chilled body and cold winter's day and quench your thirst at an outdoor barbecue on the hottest day. Dude.
Dude.
Oh, no.
I know, I was getting more of a New Orleans vibe on that.
Yeah, I
than
know.
California
You
surfer
you
vibe.
sound like an
I am
old
not,
man.
I'm not really good on the
Like a
impromptu
southern-
voices. Except for I was pretty good on the Spanish last time. Apparently I can do that at a whim, but
It was very Colonel Sanders. That was a spot on Colonel Sanders. I think I
which is why I had to kind of keep throwing the dude in there just to identify.
You
Hey,
have to
dude.
do the voice of the sea turtle from.
You want me to read it like a Valley Girl?
Well, that
That
might.
would be cool.
I guess I was trying to channel like Keanu Reeves for
Oh, I
missed
see
a bit
her.
on
I
that
see
one.
the effort. Yeah.
Did you watch Destination Wedding with Keanu Reeves and what's her name? Winona Ryder?
I did.
It was kind of disappointing, but it was about
It was.
we were in a wine wine country.
I was expecting better. All right, let's hear the Valley Girl wine.
Okay, so wild and untamed, our Zinfandel offers notes of ripe berry fruit, black currant jam, and white pepper. This hearty red wine will both warm a chilled body on a cold winter's day and quench your thirst at an outdoor barbecue on the hottest summer day.
Oh my god.
For sure.
Very good.
That's awesome, Sarah.
Yeah.
For that from the 80s, the Valley Girl.
For sure, you guys. I mean, whew,
This is gonna be our Cheeto.
All right. So
this is gonna be our Cheetos wine.
as I'm looking at it, this is actually lighter in color and everything than
Much lighter than the last one.
than the Merlot.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be darker, which is why I had it in the order that I did, but no, this is definitely much lighter than the other.
Mhm.
I'd almost I might even say it is darker than the Pinot that we had.
But lighter, you mean? Well, the Pinot was. Didn't we say it was oxidized? So it was a weird.
So I feel like this
Yeah.
has a little bit of that ring and the brown in it too.
Maybe a little.
I'd say this one, is pretty thin on its rim variation, because it kind of has like a silver line
Right.
to it, but the color that happens right after that silver line is the same kind of color all the way through.
So what breaks the silver? It's like a purple.
I mean, the silver is a combination of water and alcohol. It's the same stuff that would be contributing to the legs whenever we swirl it and look at it.
It has the most beautiful legs.
Let's
Best
see.
legs of the night.
I filled too much in my glass. I can't get.
They're like barely moving on mine.
Yeah, same here.
You like poured yourself a glass of wine.
Yeah.
That's not a
Wow.
glass of wine.
Yeah, there's no legs.
Those things are these things are cankly.
Is that a good word or a bad?
That if I mean I hate to say if this thing's like over 15, but holy crap.
Yeah, this is the highest yet.
Whoa.
15? Wow.
Is that what it is?
No, it's an 18.
Wait, I got
What?
What?
18%?
Oh, 15.
15%, 2000.
Yeah, it is 15%.
Okay.
My brain.
I mean, 15 is pretty high, but
Yes. Oh my God.
this will definitely get you messed up.
They should've-
Good thing I still have to go for a dog walk.
Try
Wow.
one with a Cheeto.
All right, so let's give this thing a swirl and a sniff.
This is fruity.
Oh.
Yes, I like
This
this.
is the
That's
day of, I
So
love this.
we've been trying old world wine. This is one of our first new world ones, and you can really tell the difference because all
Yeah.
the other ones were kind of like kind of muted on the fruit, more kind of earthy, leathery. This is like it's all it is a bunch of
Oh my
fruit.
gosh, what's that smell?
like strawberry and red fruit, right?
It's
You're not getting any like nutmeg. or
it's like
anything.
leather, but it like good leather.
It's not with orange chicken.
Are you getting like new car smell?
New car smell?
I don't know. I like it a lot though. I could smell this all day.
Yeah, this is fun. I like this one. We're
Yeah,
gonna take that shit.
this is definitely like red fruit, cherry.
Yeah, so we got it. And this Jello might go good with
It
that.
smells like cherry cola.
Okay.
Kind of, which is that. Oh, they do that in those cross fountains now. You need those.
Malbec's like that too.
Oh yeah, you can do that at QT.
Good.
Yeah. Because my daughter's like, oh, will you give me a cherry limeade? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's
All right.
like, cherry. And then
Last
just
taste of the night. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you. All right, I'm excited for this one.
That is very sweet.
Mm.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Holy shit, you're right. That's like cough medicine.
that has some residual sugar to it.
That is
That's weird.
very sweet.
I'm not sure if
I wouldn't say that it's a lot, but comparatively to all the rest that were done like bone dry, this having even just that slight amount,
No, it's
it's
not.
interesting. But I don't know. I wouldn't really call it off dry, but it definitely didn't get fermented completely.
Weird. What the hell happened there?
I don't know.
It's
not
it's
good.
not horrible with Jello.
It's not working with the raspberry jello.
Let me try it with just the raspberry.
Are you trying with the banana cream pie?
Not
It is,
yet.
yeah, I am.
It might be the one. What do you think?
Well, I already don't trust you anymore, Rob.
It's
Good
fine.
plan.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. It's weird in weird ways. Like not good weird, just weird.
It lifted us up so high and then knocked us down so far.
Yeah. I mean,
It's okay with the cranberry thing.
Try the arugula.
It's not bad with the cranberry.
The arugula is kind of an interesting combination.
I mean, California Zen, that's pretty far up there in terms of like what your expectations and quality is.
Is it a winery in California you've ever heard of before?
I don't know where to go. There it is. Let's see. Doesn't even. So Nightfall.
Strawberry.
Yes. Let me check what the actual winery is because it doesn't.
Let me see.
You didn't like the strawberry?
I didn't.
Let's see. I'll pull it up on Vivino real quick.
So the thing says this hearty red wine will go with warm and chilled body. Like, no, that's not what this is. It's like sweet as shit. Like it's insane.
It is. So far, it's okay with the cranberry. That's the only thing. But it's paired okay with.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking, is Nightfall the actual winery? Because
Is that like Night Train?
It's not the Cheatham one for sure.
It doesn't say where the vineyard is.
And that might be the problem with it not being like a normal California Zen.
It says to go to wineadvent-burger.com/nightfall.
yeah, no, it is a winery. The winery is called Nightfall. Apparently, they make a Chardonnay, a Pinot, Cab, Petit Syrah.
So is there something that makes the wine get sweet like that when it goes wrong and maybe they're just dumping a bad barrel on Costco?
There's a, well, I mean, it tasting sweet like this, either one, they stop the fermentation early,
You know?
or two, they kept some of the sweet juice, and they kind of like they put some of it back in to add something back to the wine that maybe the fermentation took out.
I bet they got a bad yeast, like the yeast died early, kind of, or something.
Yeah, that. But usually you can just pitch more of another heartier yeast in. But unless they were trying to go like supernatural, where
Right. You would think that.
they use whatever like wild yeast all of a sudden like gets into the wine,
Threw it away. You threw it away.
and those aren't nearly as hearty as the ones that are kind of like or like mass produced, like the Levlin. Those are like super hearty, where they can go down to 50 degrees Fahrenheit and be at like 17% alcohol, and they'll still sit there and eat sugar and produce.
I'm going to give you that. There was a weather temperature change. They killed off the yeast and they didn't catch it in time, so they dumped it on Costco. I think that happened.
I have one. This Tempranillo is awful. It tastes like when it's been opened, it's been sitting or something.
I
It's
don't
like
think
a stale. I don't know exactly what causes it, but I've had it at wines and restaurants before where you send it back, and just there's something off about it.
Like thumbs down, horrible.
Yeah. I in a lot of ways, I mean, that's so far.
For what it's supposed to be, it's not very good.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I'm
as a sweet wine lover, I actually like it.
I'm really kind of crossing my fingers that the Italian and the French wines that we're saving the best for last.
Yeah, I didn't like my South African or Slovenian, and I didn't care for the Tempranillo, but the Malbec was really good. And it's kind of like cable television where they bundle all this crap together with a few channels, that's what I think.
So three brothers we like. We
Yeah.
had a good one tonight.
That Pinot from now Moldova is going to be on my map for, hey, stuff from there. I want to keep an eye out. Well, for at least Pinot. I wasn't as much of a fan of the their white, the Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was horrible. What was that one?
I think like exploring more of these Chenin blacks would be fun.
If you think of it like Boone's Farm, it's good, right?
Oh, okay.
Box wine.
Maybe that's it too. Is that that because we did identify this was like a really high ABV, that it could have been like that. These things were had like the grapes had a ton of sugar in them, and because there's two things that'll kill off yeast, from continuing fermentation, and that's either like heat or like temperature, whether it's either too hot or too cold. But the other is that the alcohol that's already in the environment has become too toxic for the yeast to continue living.
The one we like so much.
So I mean, if this thing was like really high bricks where they harvested this a little too late,
The Merlot is so Merlot.
it could be that they thought that the yeast was done and said okay, and then it turned out this still has a little bit of sugar to go.
So do they bottle prime? Does a bottle of wine continue to ferment in a bottle the way it does with like beer?
No, because one of the last things that gets added to most wine is
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I actually thought that.
which one's metabisulfide, sodium metabisulfide, and that kills off like all the yeast. So yeah, that's one of the last things that's almost always added to wine. I mean, there's some that are like all natural, but considering these are kind of like a mass produced thing that was going out through Costco, almost guaranteed. And I mean, all you have to do is as soon as you see on the bottle contains sulfides, that right there is going to tell you that they use metabisulfide to in the wine.
I think it's really good to know not only what makes a wine good, but what makes it bad too.
Yes. Well, yeah, because otherwise, if you encountered bad wine, how would you know that it's bad wine? Or but much in the same way as if all you've ever had was candy, how would you appreciate comparatively to
You're the one that wouldn't get out this morning.
at some point you'd almost be wanting for steak and potatoes.
I was awake and,
I was
like
up.
messy.
What are you opening now?
And we're going
We
back
like
to
the Three
spare
Brothers,
Three
so
Brothers.
Oh, you're opening another bottle of that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so we drank Sarah's version, now we're drinking Kurt's version.
I wonder
Okay.
We do not like the Nightfall, so if anybody,
Yeah, it dubbed out.
ugh,
Yeah, it's
we
horrible.
actually did
No.
throw.
I mean, is that kind of like a consensus? Ray, Amber?
I like the Nightfall. I like sweet.
Ah,
It didn't
I
smell like
liked
it
it too.
tasted. It wasn't what I was expecting, but I found it to be right in my taste profile.
I think Amber's already, she's spoiled on the port that I sent her.
Yeah, I think I finished one bottle in like 2 nights.
What? You
So-
got port? I'm jealous.
I'm saving the other
she
bottle.
bought port.
But I really like the Pinot Noir too. I think those are the only 2 I liked out of these.
Yep. I'm kind of in consensus there. That the Pinot Noir was kind of the highlight of the night. And this abomination of a Zinfandel was definitely the low point.
So I'd like to find get this wine from the winery and see if it's good. It's just we got a bad batch. If we could, I don't know if there's a way to do that, but
I don't know. I want to go find out like where they are, and hey, if it's one of the places that I might need to go visit, like Santa Barbara. I can't remember where the Sierra foothills are, but I don't know. I might have to go say, hey, tried your stuff. Kind of terrible. Then I have to slap down my certification. Say, hey.
does that work? Can you do that?
Actually, well, not so much there. Like if I'm usually when I just sit at the bar and I'm sitting there tasting and I kind of mention that. Usually I get if the owner's around, it's always fun because then they'll be like, well, look, because they're wanting at that point, kind of like feedback on, what do you think about my wines? And so they'll start pulling out like weird library wines or try to like throw me off of, like, hey, what do you think this is? But then it's something like completely weird that they grew, like, in their back garden. Like one of the ones, I mean, the place, that I tried in Paso, they're really well known for like their Syrah and their Zinfandel. And, one of the owners, comes up and she pours this bottle and, I try it. I'm like, yeah, this is great. It's got, really bright, red and black fruit. And it's got this like white pepper, piece to it. And to me, it sort of tastes like a Zin, but not. It's almost like somewhere between like a Zin and like a Cab Franc. But I couldn't taste it. It was like, haha, it's because it's this Teraldigo. And I'm like, okay, you growing this, traditionally Italian varietal, in California, and you're expecting me to know it. But I mean, it was still that she, appreciated that, giving the feedback and everything. But then, them trying to like trip you up on something that's just like off the wall and try to think that you're going to be able to identify it has always been I've encountered that a few more times than I like.
So can you do they microbrew wine then? Like run like 5-gallon batches just to screw around?
Sometimes, like, yeah, a couple of places. Well, they'll do that because they're, especially if they don't have a lot of like the really advanced equipment, they'll have like the big tubs where most of the must is. And what they'll do is then they'll transfer off, 5-gallon, like into their 5-gallon or 6-gallon carboys, and they'll play with, adding, some tannin back or, a little bit of like ash, depending on, what they're trying to get out of like the full batch. You know, because with the 5 gallons, they're able to ferment it really fast comparatively to the larger. And so, you know, they can kind of get an idea of, okay, well, if I add this much of, you know, this, you know, other additive to it, that I'm going to be able to get, you know, this kind of wine. And, you know, but that's, I don't really call that microbrew. It's, you know, it's not like a personal stash.
They're screwing around because they're having fun with it.
Yeah. Well, again, it's for those that, you know, what they're wanting to do on like a bigger scale. They just do on a smaller scale really fast before they do it to the large batch.
So I think a lot of the craft breweries, like these new craft breweries that are growing up, they're people that like have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they keep screwing with shit, and every beer is different, and they can't get any consistency out of it.
Yeah. And
I think that's that might be growing into the wine industry, but you have like years to make a real wine rather than just, you know, every few months.
yeah. Well, I mean, but that's the thing with, I mean, there you kind of think of it like more like whiskey, where there's wine is more about like a standard flavor profile. So, you know, what you're getting from the 2016, you're hoping that you're going to get from the 2017 as well.
And this is why I think it would be fun to go on a wine tour with you, because they're going to pull out the random weird stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd say prepare your liver if you ever go wine tasting with me, because
Have you ever like looked at Virginia wines? 'Cause there's like
it's my next place.
a freak ton of vineyards there.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I was just informed that Eric Trump has a winery out there.
Oh my God.
What?
Stay away from that.
Yeah.
Because my high school years. were-
You'll wear your nasty girl hat. That's
Yes, I
winery.
will.
I wear my MAGA hat.
I mean, well, because my next place was going to be New York, but New York and its quarantine rules right now is pretty terrible. But then
Go over this freaking quarantine. I
Yeah.
want to go to Europe.
Now, when are you going
Or
to Virginia?
go.
Because I actually have a
Voucher for Southwest
no.
Airlines.
Well, I do have a voucher, but I know somebody who owns a vineyard in Virginia.
so I'm thinking about March.
Let's do it.
Traveling more with COVID, or is this normal?
I should be walking by then.
How's it going?
No, I mean, this would just be, again, you know, I just want to travel, so I'm going to do it.
Sounds good.
Let's organize it like a group trip in March.
Yeah, domestic is pretty easy to travel right now, other than these states that have the nutty rules. But
Yeah.
I was so hoping after the election this whole COVID thing was going to go away, but apparently not.
So
The
these
election
three-
is not related to the disease.
I was thinking about.
Yes, but it has been used quite a bit. It has been used quite a bit, so it's hard to tell it apart, you know.
And around like that's a real thing. I think.
I agree.
I know it's a real thing. I've spent most of the year in my house.
And everybody chooses and that's, I think it's a problem, but everybody has to choose for themselves how they manage it.
Yeah.
I mean, I travel, we fly on Delta, so the middle seat is open and you have a mask on, right? If you choose to keep it on the whole time, you can. I just don't understand. We're doing everything we're supposed to do. Why are you shutting stuff down again? Because I'm wearing a mask when I'm out in public. I'm staying away from people. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. So
Because you are, but most people aren't.
First
Right.
of all, wearing a
I
mask
thought it was something like 85% of the people that are, you know, that are catching COVID say they wear masks all the time.
Wearing a mask doesn't protect you. Wearing a mask
Yeah.
protects the other people.
Oh yeah.
So if they aren't wearing a mask, you're not protected.
Right.
I mean, I really feel like we've isolated ourselves like this entire year, with the exception of like one wedding that we went to that was like crazy. They had buffet, they had desserts sitting out on a table that everyone was walking by. I couldn't even believe it. But with the exception of that one event, we've done pretty well, and we've isolated and we've worn masks and we've done everything we're supposed to do, and we haven't gotten it. You know,
As an introvert, I'm loving this year. This is like introvert city.
I'm an introvert too. Yeah.
Well,
Yes, it's nice.
I'm an introvert until I get wine. or if I'm in, or if I'm in a wine setting, because
Like this one.
Stop.
I mean that's the whole thing about introverts is that you get them into their
I don't think it's good.
fear of knowledge. All of a sudden,
From a vineyard.
you all of a sudden become, a lot of people.
Ambivert. They call it ambivert. I do agree with that because I can be extroverted in some settings.
Yeah, a lot of people think that I'm extroverted, and I'm really not. It's just that, well, when it comes to wine and brain chemicals, I can talk forever on them with like super excited voice.
We have a Virginia wine.
So I got this, and it's probably bad because I've had it for way too long.
Is it flavored like PB and jelly?
It's 1985.
It is a dessert wine, and it's from 2005,
Okay.
6.
Oh, that might be a little past his prime.
For sure. However, I do want to. This guy, Horton Vineyards, is in Virginia,
Okay.
and he had about 40 different wines, and he was all about, oh, well, try this one. And I mean, I'm really glad I had another driver because I think I tried all 40 of his wines. And he would be like, well, try this one. And he'd be like, oh, wait, no. Here, you have to eat this first and then try it.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah, if I start to lay down my creds for like a typical 5 or 6 pour, tasting, my typical is somewhere between like 8 and 12. It's like guaranteed.
Before you fall over or what?
No, like that's just because I'll critique them, and so all of a sudden I'll just get poured more, to be like, well, what do you think of this one as well?
So you get free wine. Is that a thing?
Pretty much. I don't get free bottles, but I will totally get more pours, or well, actually also like really heavy pours.
They take the governor off the bottle, huh?
Which is the exact opposite, because I really only want like 1 to 1.5 ounces of each one, because I want enough to taste it, but not to the point where I'm having to, because any more than that, and I'll either dump or spit. But 1 to 1.5, I'm good with just drinking those all and enjoying it. Without it really affecting me to the point where where as you taste it's like, yep, that's wine, and you really don't get those nuances to it anymore.
And then you drive home after.
Yeah, but that's because I actually have like a what's called a backtrack. It's a little USB powered breathalyzer, and I'll like. Before I would go to like 8 or 10 wineries and blow, and I never register over a 0.035.
Wow, what's wrong with you?
You actually metabolize alcohol different than us.
You'd be like, okay, 2, 5, 6.
And then
I'm
DUI, and I caught off because I was on.
Yeah, and that's why for whenever I do the barrel tasting events, here in Temecula,
Coming up or not?
my best friend, he's usually driving a van as the DD because he just doesn't drink. But I'm usually driving the second car because I can. I can drive Temecula blindfolded at this point because this is like my second home. But also, in most places where I'm going around drinking, Now with beer or like any type of hard alcohol, I don't have that same kind of tolerance. It's really just wine. For some reason, I metabolize a wine really fast.
I like the whole limo idea of doing a wine tasting and being driven around.
I would like that, except for now you're kind of beholden to the lowest common denominator of
Well, not if they choose it, right? If you choose it and they just have you there,
I think I made it proportional.
Like it's a good idea for now.
Is that you waving by, Ray, or?
That's my dog crying.
Oh.
I think he's ready for something, but trying to see if I can get him to
But he did that.
stay for a little bit more.
Well, I think I'm gonna try to unpack oh, what's up?
What? Kansas City. Is there anything you want to do when you're in Kansas City?
Well,
Yeah.
I've actually got some family there, and my cousin is going to try to show me the best barbecue around.
Nice.
Where's he taking you? Because
Yeah, where's he taking you? What?
I don't know yet.
What is
We
Kansas
need to
City?
run that by us.
Yeah,
Is
we
this
have
suitable?
opinions.
Okay. Well, whatever they say, I will definitely run by you guys.
Okay.
So yeah, we're trying to figure out, do we need to like entertain you for the 4th and the 6th and 7th as well, or
No,
just the 5th?
I'm just planning on,
I
showing.
mean, if you wanted to hang out with us, we can make that possible.
Huh?
But if you don't, also, we understand.
Oh no, I mean, usually when for me, this is the stuff that I would have done during the AG, which is, I go to a new city and I just start to go look at places and discover new things. So I'm pretty self-sufficient when it comes to entertaining myself, but I do plan on instead of, along with just the regular bottles of stuff, I'll be bringing a couple of special bottles out for you guys.
Ooh.
Like, get this shit.
So along those lines, I have a couple. Sarah and I have some Chateauneuf de Pops,
Ooh.
and then I have an 82 really crappy wine that I want you to like tell me how crappy it is. And so yeah, it could be fun.
So
Okay.
my Chattanooga Pop is like,
Now,
2005?
if you don't want to like open it, I'll bring my Coravin so that we can just a Coravin.
You
Oh,
can open a bottle of wine without opening it.
Well, what it does is it actually puts a needle through the middle of the cork and blows in argon gas and pulls out about, like half a glass of wine. So it keeps the entire thing sealed. Ooh, wow.
that's mine.
Okay.
mine's 2017, I think. So
10 years younger.
yeah, so we'll try them and have fun.
Okay.
So I follow a friend, actually he's an American guy living in Switzerland who has a boat in La Rochelle, France,
Okay.
who sails around asking for Chateauneuf de Pop. That's what got me interested in that style of wine.
Yeah. Well, remember, from our Burgundy, kind of
Too much
that Chateauneuf is kind of it's a little more structured and nuanced in terms of its flavors comparatively to the Gagondis that we had, which is a lot more powerful. So I mean,
Avignon area. I remember seeing it over in France when we were there, but I don't exactly remember where it was.
but I would say that it will definitely need some decanting time. Yeah.
So open the bottle and let it breathe for a day.
Uh, Yeah, we'll definitely need to let that thing breathe in, some type of like kind of larger vessel.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you don't have one, I'll bring along a decanter as well.
I think I do somewhere. I have to
look
find
and
that.
see.
I'll get one off
We're looking for a decanter. Hang on.
I think I have one. I don't know where.
Well,
it
I've got a
is.
glass pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, we can. Yeah, if it comes down to it, yes, we can use a pitcher.
Punch bowl.
I do have a decanter. I just don't know where it is.
I have a whiskey decanter.
It might be downstairs in my basement.
I have a whiskey decanter for my my Henry VIII.
I can get one from Amazon.
Sorry to everybody else for us going over logistics.
We all feel left out. We have to do a wine trip.
Y'all
Yes.
going to Kansas City in a
Come
couple
here.
weeks.
Yeah.
Come to Kansas City. It's the middle of the country.
We got like
or,
barbecue.
plan for March and come out to Virginia with the rest of us.
Yes, Virginia.
Let's do it. Actually.
Oh my gosh, seriously.
So could you make an event on Facebook and we'll actually we've got like Southwest Airlines vouchers to go to for like the ZC.
To Baltimore, yeah.
Yeah, so we could do it actually.
I have a friend in Charlottesville or Ruckersburg or
I have
something.
a cousin in Charlottesville. I have all kinds of family in Virginia. I have family in Arlington. My best friend's in DC.
I have a friend.
One I kind of
Cousins in Virginia.
I kind of mentioned in one of the other Firehouse people, Bethany Daniluk.
Yeah. And Paulos, right? He's in Virginia as
Yeah,
well.
Alice is
true,
in
yeah.
Northern Virginia. Because I mentioned something about.
How long put your
pregnant.
shirt on?
No, I mentioned something about a grocery store up there, and he's like, "How do you know about that?" And I'm like, "Because I live there."
So yeah, I think we could definitely make a pretty big event out of this.
We could, yeah, actually. Let's do it.
Though hopefully by then, the vaccine's around, so it's not a super spreader event.
Right, right. It'd be
Well,
fun.
I just read that Pfizer has put in for
Fast track.
they've applied for an FDA fast track. Yeah.
All right.
So it was that thing like literally the day after Biden won or whatever.
Right.
Oh, because that was the end of the virus.
But then they're
My
like,
bad.
then they had
Silly
to like
me.
do this like huge paper trail, say it wasn't the election. Swear to God, I found out the same time.
Right.
All right, peeps. Well, I'm gonna head out for the night because well, I mean, I'm stuck in this hotel. So
It was a pleasure.
Oh, have
Thank you.
fun. Have fun. Drink some more.
all right. Well, I'll see you all in 2 weeks, and well,
Cheers.
actually see everybody else in 2 weeks too. So see ya.
Oh, Richard, pick out some wines for me for my list.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely do that for you.
Okay.